Welcome back, folks. I am now joined by CB from Team Summit. Thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's good to see you. For the past couple weeks, it's been the athletes that have been on, and not you.
Well, that's what we're all about, the athletes. So
that's true.
It's great when we can get them in here.
So for people who are not really familiar with Team Summit, maybe they've seen the athletes on the slopes, but they don't really know a whole lot about the organization. Can you just kind of give us a brief overview of Team Summit?
Yeah, Team Summit is for 6-year-olds to maybe people in their mid-20s who want to be involved in a competitive snow sports, and we have everything from one-day-a-week intro programs to weekend programs to a full-time academy program where they train just like a professional athlete.
And it's so much more than just being trained as a professional athlete.
For sure, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot about developing youth and helping create character in them and, giving them the opportunity really to explore life in kind of a deeper way in the sense they have to be more organized, they have to be thoughtful. We teach them how to eat right, how to live healthy, how to be good citizens in the community, things like that.
And that's definitely been reflected, I think, in the athletes that you've had on the show in the past couple of weeks.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Now, you mentioned you have a number of different types of programs, right?
We do, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so, during the winter we have one-day-a-week intro programs where they're kind of exploring all the competitive disciplines that there are in the sport, and then as they become a little more serious, they can move to a weekend program that's focused in just one area. And when they get really serious about it, starting in 6th grade, they can join the Team Summit Academy, and Team Summit Academy allows them to have a school schedule where they go to school until about lunchtime, and then they train in the afternoons, and like I said, in a sense, they're training like a professional athlete at that point in time.
Okay, and so that's the Team Summit Academy. And you had mentioned that there's a number of camps that are the spring and the summer camps.
Spring and summer camps are coming up, yeah. So we're wrapping up the last week of last disciplines, finishing nationals on Thursday this week, and then we're going to take a break the rest of April, and then we start back up at the 1st of May in what we call our prep period for next season. And so we'll be on snow off and on and doing conditioning, and so all levels have camps at A-Basin or A-Basin for now through May. And so everything from an intro kid can do a skills development camp to our top level kids can do sport specific camps. And then going into the summer, we go to Mount Hood, do on-snow camps there, go to water ramps and Steamboat and at the Olympic Park in Utah, and some groups will be going to Switzerland.
That sounds like quite an adventure.
It's one of those great opportunities where the kids can get a chance to travel and see a different part of the world, get great summer training, and then some of those kids will head to Chile at the end of August, and they'll continue their prep period in Chile, and there's a race series down there as well that they'll participate in.
Now, what kind of time commitment are the camps? I mean, you mentioned a little bit about the Team Summit Academy. That's something more intensive as far as after lunch at school, et cetera.
Sure,
But what's the difference in all the
so a camp, a camp at A-Basin, you could do a day camp. You could just do one day. You can do a whole weekend, or you can do 3 or 4 weekends in a row. So it could be as little as one day, as many as about 12 days.
So that could, like a one day could be good for that person that's kind of interested but not sure.
Yeah, that's a great point. If you have somebody who maybe, kid that you want to try and intro to Team Summit next year, you want to see what it's like, get to know the coaches, it's a great place to do it. And if you're looking at maybe one of our more involved programs, same thing. You can jump in for a day or two and get to know the coaches, see the program, and understand who we are a little bit.
Now, my understanding registration is open. Is it registration open for all the camps in the Team Summit Academy as well
It's open for essentially everything right now. So all the camps are open for registration. Also, not just the academy, but all of our programs. So everything from our one-day-a-week programs to our academy is open for next season.
And is there a closing to registration or deadlines for any of these programs?
The deadlines really are when the programs fill up. You know,
Okay.
there's a certain number of athletes that we can handle in some of those programs, and
Yeah.
when we reach capacity, then we have to close it down or at least wait list it. And
Yeah.
if we hit a critical mass, then we go out and try and
Yeah.
hire another coach.
And so what's the best way for them to register?
TeamSummit.org.
And best way to also find out.
Anything you want to know about Team Summit, TeamSummit.org. Yep, and yeah, and you know, from there you can find phone numbers, email addresses, and reach out to us if you have any questions.
And if you're still trying to find out more information on Team Summit, that you actually have some athletes in competition right now,
Right.
over at Copper Mountain.
Over
right?
at Copper Mountain, yep. Yeah, the free skiers are kind of the last group doing their national championships right now. They're competing at Copper Mountain, and so far so good. We've had quite a few landing on the podium over there so far, so it's exciting times.
And I think you mentioned that you have probably about 500 athletes in Team Summit.
About 500 total athletes, yep, and kind of excited. Around somewhere between 65 and 70 have qualified for national championships in whatever their sport is this year. So, and we've had kids qualified for nationals in every sport that we do this year. So,
Yeah.
so pretty excited. You know, a little over 10% of our athletes are making it to the big show in their sport.
Yeah, and that is the USASA over there at Copper Mountain is definitely a big show,
It
if
is,
you will.
for sure.
And that is
Yep.
still going on. Tomorrow's actually the last day, right? Of,
I
of those
believe that's right, yep.
championships. So if you're going to be over at Copper today or tomorrow, you might see some Team Summit and cheer them on, right?
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Stevie. It's always good to see you.
Nice to see you.
And again, folks, if you have some kiddos that you think might want to try and be a part of Team Summit, definitely reach out. There's so many different ways that they can get a taste. They can register in a single day camp. They can even volunteer for events, I know
Absolutely.
in the past, right?
Yep.
Or maybe they just want to go straight to the Team Summit Academy and just, send it.
Sounds great. Team Send It.
Okay, so can you say the website one more time?
TeamSummit.org.
Okay, all right. Thank you again so much.